Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video I will be remaking the Smiths family house. I've decided to place it in Strangerville, kind of at that top bit with the green land, just to match with the Sims 2 version, how they had that hyper green bright grass. I also have a link on my Tumblr explaining what I'm doing for this sort of challenge, not really a challenge, just sort of project, the Strangeness project pretty much, and I just felt like I wanted to remake all of the characters from the previous games but focusing on Sims 2 and bring them into Sims 4, just because the storyline in Sims 4 is so boring and it's so like dry. Like, I don't know, I don't care about any of the characters in The Sims 4. They don't have a very good storyline and it's just not that fun. The thing that I really missed was the storyline, so I wanted to kind of create my own and share it for other people, just because I know how many others love The Sims 2. Like my Tumblr, I had it for years just set up dedicated purely to The Sims 2. So that's why I wanted to bring it to The Sims 4, because for some reason, every time I try to play The Sims 2 now, it's just not working. So I'm going to live vicariously in The Sims 4 and have my Sims 2 characters. On my Tumblr, I have every single character that I'm going to upload and where they will be living. I have them on like a page and I have all the images. There's going to be Sims, pretty much every Sim from Sims 2, a few from Sims 1, and I think it's just one from Sims 3. It was the Crumple Bottom sisters. I don't know how they are related to the Crumple Bottom, but they just reminded me of Charmed, and I love the Charmed TV show, so I was like, okay, they're coming into my game. But I was thinking maybe of adding the Altos, but that's nothing permanent yet. I just remember they were quite a big family from The Sims 3, but to be honest, I never played any of The Sims 3 characters. I just liked Sims 4, I didn't care about them. They weren't that interesting to me the way Sims 2 was, and the storyline was so good. But yeah, anyway, my version, I'm going to have it set just before Bella's abduction, just because I kind of want to make it, if people remember the story of her being abducted, they can kind of just like kill her off and pretend that she was abducted again. Or they can, change the storyline. That's kind of what I was hoping Sims 4 would do, have it be like a subtle thing that you could continue what they had previously said, but no, they went for the alternative storyline, which just kind of sucked because I don't care about any of those characters. I don't care anymore because this is an alternative timeline. I pretty much only play with my own characters that I've made, my own Sims that I've made. But anyway, about the house. I don't know why I keep saying anyway. I've probably said it 10 times. Apparently when I voice record, I don't know how to end sentences, so I'm using anyway to start the next sentence. Hopefully this will stop soon. I was going for the old look of the, so you could still feel like it was inspired from the Sims 2 house, but the Sims 2 house was dreadfully ugly, and we have a better build mode now, so you can do more of it, and I also wanted it to fit with the Strangerville theme, so I was kind of merging those two sort of items, merging them two together to create something sort of cohesive. So I've kind of set up in my head now that for some reason in The Sims 2 they had a little mini golf. They don't have the mini golf anymore, and I think that's what PT9 was into, just that typical old dad style person. So I've decided now that he's into gardening. So there'll be a lot of plants around, and that little side thing that I put, that's going to be a little conservatory where he grows his plants, and just gardening feels like an older thing I know there's younger people who garden, but like most of the people I know in my life who garden are older, so I felt like it would be a good thing for PT9 to get into, and it just seems very human just to garden, and I think that's the sort of life that he wanted, was to be like a person instead of seen as the alien. So I've just placed around, like sprayed the ground. It's just to make, like, I feel like landscaping is an important thing for the house to look good, because you can have an amazing build but it just looks kind of basic unless you use a little bit of like landscaping. I didn't want to go overboard with the landscaping. I just wanted to kind of be like, the gardening was something he got into later in life, so a lot of more plants are added, like, but yeah, I didn't want to be like overboard landscaping. And I do change the colour of the green. I had no intention of keeping it, but now when I look back at it, I was like, dang, I should have kept it green, and it could have tied back to like how in The Sims 2 bio it said that Jenny has a thing for green, but I think I changed it to blue and white, but I may change it back to green, I don't know. And I accidentally built it a wee bit too big, so it's a huge house, too big for what they originally had, but I reinstalled my Sims 2 because I got it, so I'm just using my little laptop at the moment because my big computer's just not working. So my little laptop, it will work only on like a tiny little screen size, but I looked into the Smith's house, and they have like a random extra 2 bedrooms. So I wonder if they were planning to have more kids, or I don't know, maybe they tried but it didn't work out. Maybe it was they were planning to have 4 children but they waited so long in their life to have the first 2 that then they couldn't. So yeah, the house is huge and there'll probably be a lot of extra spare bedrooms. And I wanted to make sure that I kept the pool. I remember the pool so vividly from The Sims 2 as a child. Like, it was very, like, this house was just very iconic because of the green, like the green patch of land compared to all the other sandy dune houses. So kind of giving it that American suburban look was quite important to me. Yeah, I added a little alien spacecraft ship and hid it in the trees just to tie it back to like he was an alien, and if he wants to go back up he can. But yeah, I don't really know what American houses look like. I only know from like Google photos or Pinterest photos and just like TV shows and that, so I don't really know the style names or anything, but I'll try and educate myself on it. Seems like there's quite a lot of the Sims house styles are set from American house styles, so yeah, I don't even know what this house style is. I just made it from my like imagination, so it's got no house style. I feel like if I was going to give it a name, it's Gothic mixed with a Victorian. It's just quite grand because I accidentally made it humongous. I haven't built in The Sims 4 in like probably 3 years. I just got into just playing the game with tons of mods. I really enjoy the more like alpha look, but I wanted to make sure this house and The Sims were accessible to everybody, so I'm just using the Maxis supplied stuff. I also I didn't have all of the expansion packs, and I still don't have all of the packs, so I just went and bought, because of quarantine they were having a sale in New Zealand, so I went and bought just the packs that have the different towns. So I still don't have all the stuff packs or anything, but I have all the packs that come with the different towns, just because I really wanted to I really had in my head that every town I had Sims pretty much planned for, apart from the college town, and that's when I kind of decided to bring in some Sims 1 characters, because I remember the roomie family, like the roomie like girls that were living together, so I just thought that they would suit the college town. So I think I've only planned like 2 families to go there. But yeah, the college town was what really stumped me. I didn't really enjoy the college gameplay, to be honest. It didn't really feel like I guess New Zealand study is very different to American, and as well, I didn't go to university. I went to, I think it's not like a, I don't even know how to explain it. It's called like a polytech, but like an institute of technology. Anyway, so here's our before and our after. I'll get away from my rambles, and here's the after. So next episode I will be doing the interior, and I hope you subscribe and I hope you come back for the interior. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.